Welcome to Patrick Roberts, our new timeline.
Hi, I'm PR Rapper, and I'm here rapping today with all my friends. Yes, I said friends, my true friends. Da 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 da. I'm here rapping with my friends, my true friends. Sitting here on the couch having a couch talk with my friends. And I just want to say that you are all groovy today. 'Cause you're my friend. You're my friend. Welcome to the stream. I don't know what I'm doing, but I thought I better get in the comments. How was that? It was that pretty good. I thought I was pretty good. So I tried to do a rap and I tried to do I try to do some country. Sometimes I get them all mixed up. I do the country and the rap, and I mix them up, or I do the rap and then I end up country style rap. You know, just country style rap. I don't know. I get them mixed up sometimes, and I started to talk different. Sometimes I have. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. How many personalities this some bitch got? All I want is a freaking beer, you know what I'm saying? Damn. Oh, hey, no drinking in here. You can't drink in here. What the hell is going on right now? I don't know. But I think we better let Pat back in. Because I think he's doing a live stream. I think he's doing a live stream. I think we're interrupting his time. Could you imagine? Could you imagine sharing your body with 10 other people? Hey, don't play with that. Hey, don't play with that. You silly person, you. So, anyways. Hey, welcome, Sharky. Crunchy Rap Supreme. Smurfer Girl. Hey, beautiful. What up? What up, girlfriend? I bet you that was really... Whoops. I bet you that was really creepy. Let me in and talk to you for a little bit. I like blue people. Matter of fact, I'm blue today myself. How? Hey, that fit right in. That would have laid right in. That's why I wore this shirt, because I knew I was going to be on a blue topic. What up, girlfriend? Sharky says, I was born a poor white farmer, and the door was left open to the chicken coop. This is my charm. Winds a blowing through everywhere but under his arms. Oh, isn't that great? Hey, a brother, flirting with my cuz. So is that incest? It sure is. That's a little bit, not right. Even I know that. And I don't know much, but I know some values. But before I welcome any guest in, I suppose I can straighten this out. Before I accept any guests in, I just want to oh, I want let's get to the topic now, okay? The topic is my kidney failure. My kidney failure in 2016 led to a coma. And when I got out of the coma 3 days later, I seen the Mandella effect. I seen a new JFK car, and I seen there was 6 people in the car now, not 4. And so we move above and beyond even the initial phase of the Mandela effect, finding all the things that changed and remembering an old memory from somewhere. So now there's so many different phases in the Mandela effect. Like there's so many growing points because you got to get past, then there's trying to wake people up. There's trying to figure the Mandela effect. What the fuck is happening to us? Then, hey, trying to warn other people, hey, our reality is changing. And then you go from there to looking past, trying to relearn everything and not fall into any of these rabbit holes because they're all fake. Everything here is fake. It's all played out like a movie. And as soon as we can understand that fully, I think we will move on. But we've got to get past this realm, this wherever we are, we've got to remember who we truly are. We've got to get out. The only way out of here is trying to remember, well, through Jesus Christ, I believe, but we also have to remember. I think there's a lot that goes with loving Jesus and accepting that he died for my sins, and then accepting that he knew this world was corrupt. He knew Satan was here, obviously, because Satan offered him the world. But he knew this wasn't a world that he wanted. So he looked past all this. And that's what we got to do, is we got to look and realize that there's nothing here. I mean, of course, we still love our loved ones and stuff like that, but there's absolutely nothing here that we need to connect to. We need to not connect to anything here. I mean, besides our loved ones, that's hard to not connect with our loved ones. But, they follow us. I believe they're just like you guys. I believe you guys are part of my soul group. Obviously, you take on your family members automatically as part of your soul group. And then I think finding all you guys, or the ones that relate to my channel, are part of the soul group, I believe. Because there's something, it can't be just my my good wits and my good looks that brings you in here, right? It's got to be a connection. You feel a connection like, hey, I'm just kidding. I am like terribly out of shape, overweight, but I am not this body. Now I sound like a true kook, you know. And that's another thing is we can't worry about what other people think. That is like lesson number one. One love all, Patrick, soul brother. Yes, welcome Annette. Catherine, welcome. Was you all here when I was talking with my different personalities? Oh, is Pat still live? Yes, he's still alive. We can't go yet. We can't. We can't. What do you mean we can't talk? Oh no! Patrick's got all these personalities coming out of him. You know, I got into a weird mood because I watched Chris Farley was one of my. I really liked the guy growing up watching his movies and stuff, and he was roughly maybe a little bit younger than me, not by much, but he's maybe 5 years younger than me, I think. But I watched a video of him on his life and how I knew he was from Wisconsin. He's from Madison, Wisconsin, and so his brothers were on. Boy, his brothers look just like him. The whole family looks like each other. You guys know who Chris Farley is? Anyways, he was a good comedian. But so anyways, what Patrick? I bet he was way older than you. Chris Farley? No. Really blows me away. I never heard of Kevin Farley. Kevin Farley? Is he an actor? Kevin Farley? Yeah, Tommy Boy was good. Welcome, Chloe and BLB. Welcome. Huh. Why are you so quiet now? Who? Me? I'm quiet. I'm waiting, still waiting for a bat to fly out of that air conditioning thing. I, I still look over there and kind of duck, you know. So, okay, let's get back into. I'm going to do real quick the breakdown of when I had my kidney failure. I was brought into the hospital. My own cousin was working in as head nurse or whatever, or RN. She was like above a nurse, whatever that is. I don't know. Anyways, she was a nurse. So she was there that night when I got brought in, and she's like asking me all these questions because they had to get the cops to my house. My ex-girlfriend, well, my girlfriend at the time, had to call the paramedics and the police because I wouldn't go into the hospital and she wanted me to go in the hospital and I didn't want it. I hate hospitals. And so, so when the cops got there, they're asking me all these questions, and it was right around Christmas time. We had the Christmas tree up. And I seen the cop step in front of the Christmas tree, and I was wondering what the fuck he was doing. But then the other cop asked me what month it was, and I couldn't remember what month it was. So I was starting to lose it, and so they got me into the hospital, and my cousin's like, "Did you take too many of your painkillers?" Because I was on like morphine and shit back then. And I said no. And so just as I said no, well, she said, are you being honest with me? And I said, yeah, absolutely. And just as I said that, the other nurse jabbed Narcan in me. And with my kidneys, them not knowing that I was in kidney failure, all that toxins just rushed up to my head and I was like gone. I think that's where I actually probably died. I had to have right there. Either that or we're all in comas and we're making this world up somehow. But so they didn't have the right surgeons and shit that I needed. So they had to send me to the next town over, which was a bigger town. Like a city, kind of. And by the time they got me there, I had coded. And when my ex-girlfriend was telling me that, all the bells and whistles in the whole emergency room were going off when they brought me in. And I could see them trying to get that tube down me, to that breathing tube. And I was watching them, which is like, how can you do that? But I was actually watching them pull it on my jaw and try to open my mouth as far as they could. I seen the water, like a water hose, almost like that dentist type thing that they use in the dentist that sprays the water. They were spraying that down my throat, and I could feel it on my face and splashing up and stuff. And it was so weird because my dad had many heart attacks and was in the hospital quite a few times and had to have that tube down him. And I always said I would be scared as hell to have that tube down me. And so here I am, not even 6 months later after my dad had it done. I'm in there having this tube shoved down me. But I felt like that's when I had first ever felt like I was like pure consciousness. I felt like I was pure consciousness, like I was just there, and I could see everything going on. I could hear everything. But didn't have a worry in the world. It was like, whatever happens, happens. I don't care. I feel pretty good. But anyways, they put the tube down me. Then they rushed me into the operating room and put these tubes in my neck. They couldn't, when they first brought me in, they couldn't get the IV in
they're trying all over the place. Finally, they stuck that in my neck. So I had the IV coming out of my neck, and then they had to put two hoses in my neck for the dialysis machine, and then they put me in an induced coma, and I was down for 3 days. Finally got out of the coma after 3 days, and 4 days later I was out of the hospital. But the weirdest thing is when I was in the emergency room, I remember waking up on the table and having a conversation with the doctor and telling him I don't want to be here. I said, please let me go. And he is like, I can't let you go. And so they must have jabbed something in me and put me back out. But after I got out of the coma, the doctor came up to me and he said, directly to me, he said, we had an issue on the table, didn't we? And I'm like, wow. I'm thinking to myself, that was real. And then years later, I'm thinking about reliving it, thinking about it. I'm constantly thinking about that night because something changed. Because when I woke up, everything was different, and I constantly was thinking about it. And I'm thinking, how the hell did I have a conversation with the doctor on the operating table when they incubated me when they first brought me in? So I think that's where I may have jumped timelines. So I could have very well died right there and switched to this timeline or whatever this is. But anyways, I got a warning before I came on here that I had used 12 hours and 19 minutes. So that leaves us like 7 hours and 41 minutes, something like that. So so we're not going to be on too long tonight because I want to, keep doing other lives. But so if anybody wants to come in for a little bit, I am going to put that in chat. There you go. Same to what Smurfer Girl. Let's see. Propagate. Interesting experience. Thanks for coming through to the stream. What's your thoughts about the conversation? I don't know. I don't know. You'd have to refresh me on what the conversation was all about. I forgot. Email. What? Did I put? Did it not go through? Yeah. What are you saying, BLB? GNU email? Oh, maybe you're talking to somebody else. I don't know. I second that Smurfer and all his multiple personalities. I am glad you're here now, Patrick. I feel blessed to know you. Well, thank you, Smurfer. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Kevin Farley is now here, a pop-up reality. But who is Kevin Farley? Is that Chris Farley's brother? It's his brother. He does stand up. Oh, really? Oh. Totally crunchy. Pat needs to talk about that. Yeah, so So I talked. We got that out of the. That's what she said. New email of free hours. Oh, get a new email. But how? I mean, then I'd have to sign out of this. But wouldn't my phone? Wouldn't they recognize my phone? They got to have some kind of tracing. I think they would recognize my phone if I tried. I don't think it would work. I could try it, but that isn't that kind of stealing in a way. I don't know. Damn. Oh boy, boy. Sharky, welcome.
Hey, brother. Trying to get you on
Am
the tablet here so I could just kind of see chat or whatever.
my Patrick, and the free version doesn't give you the full version, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, that Kevin Farley, evidently, I watched this thing earlier. A few weeks back, I wrote Crunchy. I'm like, wow, and he didn't know who the hell the guy was either. Looks just like him for the most part.
Oh yeah.
Acts like him, making comedy and stuff, kind of, living off his brother's name, basically, a little bit. But he's still funny, and it's just kind of nice. I always liked Chris Farley. I always hoped he'd come back, but now we get this Kevin guy. But then I was watching this thing earlier, and it's been a few weeks since I wrote Crunchy that, and I'm like, hell, they didn't even mention this Kevin dude. And they're showing the family members and stuff, and they got this brother on there that's really old, and I'm like, that's not this brother here was, he said, when I looked him up again tonight, is how, and he was like, and one of the things I was watching, he said he was like an Irish twin or something. So that's basically like they were really close, born together. Like he came out, and then the mother got pregnant again, and then Chris came out, and so you're looking like at a very short turnaround.
Well, the video
But they
that I
didn't, they
want.
didn't even mention this Kevin Farley, this the comedian here, and then so I got to look it up, and he's still doing the same jokes from like 12 years ago and shit like that. I'm like, what the hell, man? Yeah, it's a bit odd. I don't think the guy ever actually existed, but now he does. And they didn't even, from what I could tell, that I didn't even hear him mention this dude in that documentary from like four days ago or whatever.
Well,
6 days
I
ago.
remember him having a brother or two. I don't know what. I don't remember what their names were. I don't remember if it was one brother or two brothers, so I wouldn't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just odd they didn't mention him on the whole thing about his that I watched tonight from whatever this YouTube channel is that made this
I didn't think
TV
he had
show or
another brother
something.
that was in that the Hollywood type.
Well, he does here. Side. It was
Yeah.
It's refreshing though. I do like it. I'm glad the guy's here. It's refreshing. I mean, hold on, I'll be right back.
He left me. Oh, holy night. Round yon virgin mother and child sleep in heavenly peace. Oh my God, the dogs are howling. God sure did not give me a voice. You know,
Merry Christmas.
you got a pretty good voice.
That's one of my favorite parts of Raising Arizona. He wakes up at one point and he's like, something like Merry Christmas or something, cranking it out like Merry Christmas. Like, what the hell, dude? Like,
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah, that's a funny ass movie.
Yeah, it's really weird. The movies and shit from the 80s and 90s, they seem like when we were young and we were watching, movies and stuff back that came out in like the 60s and 70s, they looked so fakeish. And now you can see our like you can see how they put the sets together, and the acting. I don't know, maybe it's because we're Mandela affected, so we see everything so much easier now. I don't know what it is, but it's fun. It's still funny to watch the shows and stuff, but it's hard not to see the truth behind it, the acting, and you can tell that it's acting. And before, you just never really thought about it. You got into the scene, you got into the role that the actor was playing. It's not that way anymore. Do you realize that? It's like enjoying a film. I don't have the same feelings or emotions that I did before I was Mandela affected, because
you're looking at them through a different set of eyeballs. Literally.
Yeah, it's so hard to you can't put yourself back in to it. Hey Smurfer, what's up?
Am I here?
Yeah, you're here.
Nice.
Hey.
My head's all giant again on the screen.
There might be giants.
Oh, I can only see half of your head.
Where's Skeletor?
Oh, my microphone is really weird. So my little boy wants to get my headset all the time, so he pulls on the cord, and he broke the thing that connects it to the top of the arm. So I have to like rig it to stick up this way, or it's like down on the keyboard.
I gotta get a new set of headphones too.
I'm getting hungry.
I want to say just like I got, and I might just try to see if my ex-wife can order them and like get two, because I think they're cheaper now. My son's earphones, he was trying to get me to get, was like $200 and something. I'm like, I ain't paying no damn $200 and something for these fucking little things. He's like, oh, well, they recharging this little thing you put in your pocket. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I all I gotta do is hear. But I don't want these big 80s bouffant things on my head either.
Why not? Like, you don't like my headphones?
Well, no, they look good on you. They won't, as far as looking good, they look good on you.
No, you're not. You're not getting out of that one.
I mean, I've lost enough hair. I don't need to lose any more. Hats are bad enough. It's like, remember when that was a thing? It wasn't a Marine Corps. Like you keep wearing them damn covers, and it actually pulls off the hair on your head for some reason. Of course, that's guys here
though, because they go over your ear on the outside of your ear, and so it blocks out everything else. So all of the annoying sounds people make, you don't have to hear it.
Well, that's what my son said with these little weird things poking in his ear. He couldn't actually hear me at all. I was like having to yell at him. He's like, "Huh, you talking to me?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh yeah, these are so great, Dad. They block out everything." I'm
I want to be the middleman.
Not when I'm trying to talk to you. And you're walking through.
I heard
YMCA.
you, Sharky. He's the cream in the Oreo right now.
Yeah.
See, this way I can go. I gotta be the middle person so I can go.
You ever hear that comedian? That comedian that talked about the ABCs, and he goes, A, E, I owe you, and sometimes Y.
No,
You get that? A
I get
E,
it.
hey, A E, I
I
owe
got it.
you, and sometimes Y. Oh yeah, corny, some kind of weird corny. I don't even think that's a dad joke.
Hey,
That's more like a retard
Smurfer,
joke.
It's okay.
Smurfer.
Yeah.
That's okay. Look it.
But
I'll hit him for you.
Oh.
No, you gotta go the other way. Other way,
Fist bump.
Sharky.
Fist
I'm
bump,
hitting you.
Patrick. I can't do it.
Bam. No, wait, hold on, Sharky.
Wait, no, you
Okay, you
gotta
got
get,
Watch
you
my
ready?
hand. Ready,
All right,
go.
Was it? Did they
You're
do
way
it?
late. Are we that far behind?
That's so good.
Shit.
At least he got what you were
I'm gonna give
saying.
myself. I've got,
Why don't you
know,
try hitting me? Because it can't be that damn slow.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, I thought you were hitting me. Are you poking me or
He's gonna
hitting
give
me?
you a wet willy. Ew.
Oh, this side.
What the hell's with the static? How the hell did that happen? Jesus, I wasn't trying to give you a wet willy, but that static comes through.
You can't poke me in the ear because I've got these on.
Now those I could use. Yeah, I could use something like that. That'd be okay.
We're getting ready for takeoff.
Yeah.
Robert.
Speak in to the
246 109875
Oh, Patrick. Apparently, people are going to be able to see the Aurora Borealis tonight, and you are in one of the places where that might be possible.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do I have to look? Where? South or north or
North.
east?
North or like like straight up or north, you know.
What
Until
is the
about
Borealis?
like right now.
What is it?
Like the northern lights,
Oh, okay.
green stuff, you know.
Yeah.
There was
that's
a picture
cool.
on AccuWeather website that said that I would get to see it too, but I don't know. That was the only place I saw that actually said that. Well, they even said Tennessee would see it, and that's even south of me.
Mhm.
So, but there's a live update. I'm gonna check that right now. Gosh, I've never seen it. I want to see it so bad. I used to live in Michigan, and you can see it there sometimes.
Yeah, I remember seeing it way back when I was probably 16. I took a trip up towards Minnesota, the Canadian border up there, and on our way we had to go. We are like way up north, like Duluth, Minnesota. So I think you could, or where the hell were we? Maybe we weren't in Minnesota yet. Maybe it was the northern part. I think we may have been between Michigan and Wisconsin when we seen it.
So, like in Chicago?
It was so long ago. Huh? No, we were in the northern part of
like across
Wisconsin.
Lake Michigan?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I lived at the bottom left of Michigan, and so I was right across.
It was so long ago, I
Chicago.
don't even remember. I just remember seeing a light tint of green. It wasn't. I don't think it was really that bright. It was really neat, but I've sent some
as intense as you see in pictures.
Well, not pictures. It looks a lot more spectacular in pictures, so I don't know if I missed the great whatever, but since the Mandella effect and the way that this Earth has been changing, that's not even really. I mean, it would be cool to see, but all the stuff that we've been seeing since 2016 has kind of knocked me off my rocker as far as wow.
Well, I have things, theories I've heard on that I find to be worth looking into, at least. I don't know if valid or credible is whatever, but that the cycles that the earth and goes through and the sun and everything, that
Mhm.
we would go through periods of where it would be seen in a lot of places that would be unexpected, just for a
Yeah,
brief, like a short period of time, but not all the time, like just once in a while. But
right.
I mean, I've heard of people saying it in Florida, but I've never seen it, and I used to live in Michigan, so I don't know.
I
Yeah,
thought you
my
could only
dad,
see it from the northern part of
was yeah,
what?
was.
What did you say?
Back in the '90s. My dad lived on a houseboat in Arkansas River before he got remarried, and he was telling me like the next day and stuff like that about what he saw, and he was like, "This makes no sense," and he saw it on a damn houseboat. He was like, "I was seeing the fucking Northern Lights on the Arkansas River in Pine Bluff," and I'm like, "Okay, and." I didn't doubt him. I was just like, that's weird. And then he would talk about it for a few years. He'd bring it up here or there. But I've been through different versions of Dad. And he's the one that got me spending an hour telling me how the men ever landed on the fucking moon when he was drunk. And then a few years back he started asking me, "Hey, you think men ever landed on the moon?" I'm like, "Well, no, Dad, because you told me he didn't." I mean, you spent a fucking hour while you were drunk when I was like 21. Sending me down
Mhm.
these rabbit holes. I knew things were weird, but when it
Oh,
comes from your own daddy, it's like Jesus,
I
what
didn't
the
know I
fuck?
was on. Yeah, I agree.
Is that your gorilla personality, Patrick?
I didn't realize I was on air. No, I knew I was on. I was just trying to make some weird stuff. I don't know. I feel I had to do a live tonight because I was having a really bad panic attack. So I was like, I need to talk. I need to get out of the stage of what's happening because I
That's
hate
crazy.
I hate when you get deep into panic attacks and they can carry me into really dark places real fast.
I
But
almost had
was
to go to
that
the emergency room today. I had a routine, like a checkup thing at my narcolepsy doctor, and my blood pressure was so freaking high. They're like, if it goes up, you're going to the emergency room. I don't even know why. But I was having shit anxiety since like 2 o'clock last night. It was 2 in the morning. I went to bed at
Uh,
11. I had to get back up, and
this
I'm
is
like freaking out over something. And so I have been there with you today, Patrick.
my well, this
uh,
is
Crazy you're
something
saying that. Like,
this is
sorry.
happening because my friend Sunny, that's she's like anyhow, it doesn't matter what her job is, but anyhow, she doesn't have panic attacks, but she called me up like 2 days ago having a panic attack and had to talk her down for about 30 minutes, and get her mind off of it because she was having like a flat tire kind of a thing happen, but yeah, but this it's odd for her to do that. What happened here?
shit, did
So
I say hi to Salted Cedar? Sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I'm like, Salted Cedar's been in here for a while. I don't even know if I even said hi to him. Hey, Salted Cedar, sorry if I missed you. I don't know what I was thinking. I've been watching you post. I don't remember if I called you out or not. Okay, yeah, hey, bud. So I don't know. I just
Anything else to noticing? I'm
Sharky
seeing.
was texting me, and I was like going through panic attacks, and I'm like, "Fuck, I gotta set up a live stream so I can kind of vent a little bit," and that's kind of humorous, take my mind off of what's going on, and
Hmm.
I'm trying to set the live stream up, and Texie's like, or Sharky's sending text, do it, trying to write, do it. I'm like, Sharky,
God.
trying to just start begin back into writing again. Do it. I'm like, what the hell is he sending the same damn text over and over or what? I'm like, I never seen so many texts come through.
That's his own special way of giving you moral support, Patrick.
Yeah.
I didn't pay him to tell me he was going through a panic attack either. Like,
Yeah, no, I
I would have
didn't
been
mention
doing
it
that
to him.
shit. I would have been doing something else, telling him something else. Like, all these thoughts, like, breathe, brother, breathe. It's gonna be okay, man. Fuck this place, breathe. I was like, just fucking breathe.
Yeah, it's like, besides the hyperness of a panic attack, my mind goes into loneliness mode, like feeling dreadful. Like, do you get that feeling too? This overwhelming, dreadful feeling, like, I don't know. It's not a good feeling. Just,
Yeah, it's like a
That's
hopelessness that goes along
that's
with
why
feeling helpless.
I was. That's why I started writing you about strippers, and then I erased what I was trying to write you about because had all these kind of crazy things coming back into my mind about my life and being with strippers and
Well, that would have been nice and distracting, though.
dating strippers and how
yeah.
it's always funny. I mean, like
It
the
would have
last
gave
time
me a good laugh.
I went on Father's Day, and I had a wife, and everybody was
I gotta get
treating
some
me so
coffee.
horrible, and yeah, I was like, I was still married, living here. The ex-wife now, the mother was here, and she was a crazy. She is the version of her here is with reptile eyes, and I like this version better. The other one was literally batshit crazy human. So maybe you want to make of that. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck to make of that. I've not started to go back to reptile eyes since, but she did it one time, and that was enough for about 10 minutes. And but yeah, it was Father's Day, and so I left. I mean, it was like 8:30 at night, and everybody went to fucking their rooms and shit, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the hell, man? And so I thought, like, I'll go over to, and see over at Carl's place at where we used to live at the trailer, right? And I went to the light at Bismarck, the one light town, and instead of turning, my drunk ass had taken the fifth of beam with me, a half a fifth of beam with me, and so I just go straight on into Hot Springs, and I went way on down to downtown and trying to find a stripper bar and stuff, and I went in that motherfucker and I had my van.
How do we get over to this?
I had a van outside. I was driving in, right? So it's like I'm an old guy by now, and I didn't have this big beard, but I had to go to you, so you can tell I'm older, whatever, And I walked into this place, right, and it was some strip fucking joint, and these people were acting weird when that worked there, and they thought I was some other guy that was some kind of a narc or something that keeps coming in there. I'm like, man, I don't know who the hell you're talking about. I was like, it's Father's Day, and I don't understand what the hell's going on in my house. Everybody's against me, and I'm just up here to fucking try to find some smiles. I'm literally looking for smiles. smiles.
That's a place to find them then.
And then they're like, well, you know, I'm like, well, give me a beer or something, or something, you know. And they're like, well, we don't serve any alcohol here. I'm like, okay, I've been in them places where, okay, so, but they're like, you know, if you got some in your car, or just bring it in, and you know, all you gotta do is buy a little plexiglass cup, and we'll put some Sprite in there, and you know. I'm like, so I've got this half a fifth of Beam in the van. I'm like, so I can just bring this in here, like, it's, you know, yeah. And I'm like, but they literally thought I was somebody else, and they gave me a hard time. And then so I'm like sitting there, and then so by the time it was over, you know, evidently had a downstairs.
Boy.
I did not go to the downstairs, but I was, you know, when I saw some dude that looked like a Marine, I was trying to talk to him. He wasn't no Marine. He just had a Marine Corps haircut. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm too fucking old to be in these fucking places. So I came back home anyhow. But when I left, some drunk girl was walking, blah 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 blah. I'm like, hey, you know, I was still, you know, because I drink a lot, so I'm fucking still pretty damn sober. And I'm like, hey, you know, did you need a lift? Go somewhere. Oh, you fucking pervert, blah 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 blah. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm fucking. Yeah, that's my van, but I'm not like trying. Like, okay, never mind. I get the fuck out of here. And I came back home, and I got into the damn bed with my ex, and then she's like, well, where you been? I was like, well, hell, I was at the damn titty bar. And
I was hoping you would say titty bar.
I was like, Jesus Christ, like, everybody here hates me. I was just trying to get some fucking smiles. I'm trying to get some damn smiles. Like,
I'm literally sitting here waiting for you to say titty bar.
My stream just takes the weirdest turns.
I've never lived that down either. That she's divorced, been married 2 times over, and she still remembers that shit.
I think I told you guys that when that happened to me when I was in Michigan, I was walking down the sidewalk. I was walking home from work, and a cop like comes up next to me, starts calling me some other name. And he's getting pissed. He thinks I'm this whoever. I'm like, what? Okay. What is it? What's so funny?
You.
Oh.
The situation is what I'm laughing at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because thinking you're somebody else, I can already see it in my head.
He was yelling at me angry because I'm like, I don't know who you're talking about. That's not me. Man, he did not believe me.
Yeah.
Patrick, when you pushed the button on your microwave to heat up your coffee, it sounded like it was in my room, and it startled me, and I turned my head.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It made me jump.
You know, if we ever run out of water, I got one of these life straws.
Mm-hmm.
I got one. I got it for Christmas.
It's still closed.
Life straw. This thing will filter. You can drink out of any lake or whatever. It's got a huge filter on it, and it filters 1,000 gallons. So that'll keep you from going thirsty, at least, you know, for a while.
Well, so after you've exhausted it, Patrick, you don't have to use those anymore. You can just pile up like 2 or 3 feet of dirt on a riverbank and pour the water through the top of it. And when it gets to the bottom, it's filtered.
I saw that, and you just kind of keep dipping it out. I saw one of those videos, and I was like, brilliant. And then this guy.
So you what? What?
He
I
had
don't get it.
Pieces of wood that he put in another one around the edges, like, you know, like the bark of a tree or something. That, you know, you can find tree bark, and this is still going to make a circle, right? And he put that in there. And he tried both of them, and the one with the bark worked quicker. I mean, they still work really good, but I was like, what is this? You know, and he was just basically sitting on the side of a creek, and he dug a hole and kept kind of let it fill up, right, over hours, and then dipped out, and then let it fill up and dipped out and left out. And then he ended up with this clear-ass water, and I'm like, that's something to take note of in my head, you know.
Yeah, if it goes through, so I mean, if it's packed clay that's never been dug up, no, it's not going to work. But if it's like
Yeah.
silt, and Algo in the chat says charcoal, rock, sand, and clean water comes out the
Do you
bottom.
have champagne? I got a corkscrew.
I thought you were going to flay us for a second there.
Actually, it's actually a weapon. You'd hit somebody with this, like, poof.
In their
Yeah,
eyeball.
It's
Yeah, that's
That's an
number
eyeball.
one.
That's
It's a corkscrew,
decimator.
and then you just screw it. So
Yeah.
that's the corkscrew. That's how you put this nifty knife together. I also have, and they're so hard to lift up, a Phillips screwdriver that can also be used as, sticks out a little bit further actually. And wow, that would hurt. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many
That
ways
would
to
hurt.
fillet a fish. Fillet a fish.
Yeah, and it's got, geez, what else has this thing got on it? Oh, it's got can opener or bottle opener. This is like this knife. Got a couple other knives. My water for my straw, all that stuff. When I used to put a bug out bag together, back in the day when we listened to Alex Jones and all that shit. This straw, it's good forever. I mean, I'm pretty sure as long as it stays in the packaging. But I think I've had this for already, I don't know how long I've had this thing for.
It's probably like a mini Brita filter or something.
I think I got it a couple years ago, actually.
I bought one for my son a few years ago, and he said it tasted really weird when he drank it, but I think he didn't. You're supposed to like soak it in water for a while first, and you have to do that with the Brita filters too.
My son.
Yeah,
when I was,
it
But it
has
did clean the water.
directions. It has directions on here how to use it, and then after you drink from it, you blow back out to make sure that it's not clogged, so it doesn't dry clogged. It get clogged when it dries up, so you kind of blow out.
I've got city water here, and then some years back, I started buying the distilled water, which is now up 65 cents. Probably more by now. It's been a few weeks. But anyhow,
Welcome,
it's
Aldo.
$1 a gallon. And my son at first was like, oh, this is, because he doesn't drink pop and stuff. He doesn't drink Coke, and I mean, I don't think he's ever tasted Coke, and stuff like that. He just drinks milk and water, and kind of goes through phases. But anyhow, he thought the water was like kind of funny taste, and I'm like, well. But then he got kind of addicted to it, and that's all the kind of water he wanted to drink was when I've got it in those jugs. And so I would keep plenty of that back there for him to drink out of. And he's like country, so he just actually literally drinks out of the whole gallon, like a gallon of milk, like
Hey, Ken
like back in the
Rotman.
80s,
So welcome, Ken, Algo, and did Smurfer go on break? What am I doing? What am I trying to do here? I'm trying to put the link into the chat just in case anybody wants to come in. I don't know if you got time, for us. I know that you're a busy person, right,
Busy people are
Smurfer?
busy.
Some people are really busy and they don't have time for us.
They're awfully busy sometimes.
Who made who?
I'm never
made
busy.
you? To me,
I'm just joking.
Obviously, I was too.
Hooah! Hooah!
Patrick was
Hey.
kung fu fighting.
Yeah.
yeah. Contra. You know,
Pat
old video
has
game.
completely lost it. Oh,
All the best people are born
wow,
good, Patrick.
grasshopper.
Never forget that.
All the best
What?
people are crazy.
All
Always
the
look
best
at
people
I. What?
Or that too.
Oh.
All the
Well, I
best
thought
people
that's
are,
what you
are
said.
bonkers.
Oh,
Always
yeah.
look at
Yeah,
I.
all the best people are crazy.
You know hey Sharky, Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Karate Kid when he goes bow, and then he bows and he hits him on the head and he's like, always look at I.
Yeah. Always look at I.
Oh, like when you're in a fight to be intimidating, sure, but that's insulting otherwise.
What, to look in your eyes?
Yeah, like in Taekwondo, like I learned that if you keep an eye lock on somebody, you're, an opponent.
You're sizing them up?
No, you're not trusting that they are honest.
Well, who the hell is?
Their integrity?
Yeah.
So
And then
if
in general,
you look
in
at
like
a
a general
guy,
public situation, like just greeting someone, you would never do that. That's like a calling a person out. Like it's so rude.
you mean if you stare at a guy, like you stare at him across from, not just glancing
when
at
you're
the guy.
greeting someone, bowing, just in a greeting.
Oh yeah.
You look
No,
down
I
because
thought.
if you're like locking eyes with them, it's like you don't trust them. You think they're.
Oh no, I would rather have a guy look me in the eye than bow to me. You know,
I mean, you're both bowing.
I would consider a person not bow, but I would consider a person that would shut their eyes and look down at me as I'm being greeted, and it's happened quite a few times. I consider them kind of wimpy, like they can't look me in the eye, so they're how do I want to put it? Controllable.
Were you shaking their hand at the same time?
Yeah.
Well,
right. You're
judge
greeting
that by
them,
the
right?
grip.
Huh?
The grip is, if you're shaking their hand, you judge their weakness or strength by their grip.
Yeah, but also you want them to look at you in the eye too.
I suppose. I guess in American.
I wouldn't want to go, hi, how you doing? And look at the ground like that. I would say that's disrespect. Yeah.
Some of the strangest things I was taught, was in Marine Corps boot camp, and it's like you never look the drill instructor in the eye. You look them here.
Well, yeah, because they're controlling. They're your controllers. That's how you're taught that way.
That's the controller. But once you get out, you got to look these people in the eye.
Yeah. If somebody's coming at you in an aggressive
then
manner,
you're on an equal level with them. Then you can look them in the eye. But it was
it's like cats, the stare down thing. The one that looks away is the weak one. So when somebody's being intimidating and obviously like showing their ass, trying to be aggressive at you, you want to not lose that lock on their eyeballs.
Yeah.
Hello, Algo.
And it makes them back down a lot of the time because they don't expect that. Not always though.
Yeah, and sometimes you look at people, that don't expect that, and then they say something to you, and you're like.
So, Algo, how you doing?
You look at them all fucking crazy, like, are you fucking serious?
You're like,
I got the most strippers when I would look them in the eye, because they was always expecting me to be looking at their titties and shit like that. I'm like, no, I'm looking you in the fucking eye, like I'm taking you home tonight.
You didn't give him the crazy
Right.
look though, did you? I guess it might work on some of
Elgo.
them.
Let's welcome
Okay.
Elgo in. Hey,
Well, sometimes.
hold on. Let's welcome Elgo into the stream. Woo! Let's take a break for the calls. That's calls for the pause.
People wonder
All
why
right,
I'm single.
Elgo, welcome.
I've
How
got
are you
some major
doing tonight,
problems.
Elgo?
I'm doing well, thanks. How's it going?
It's going.
I gotta tell you guys something that's really funny to me.
All right.
Yeah.
When I clicked the StreamYard thing, I was sitting there listening, and you were just like talking about Mr. Miyagi from the Karate Kid. Daniel-san, look eye, always look eye. And then,
Yeah.
then it turned into this entire conversation about culturalism. It was really cool because it was just a line from a movie, and it turned into a segue where Danny was explaining that in Taekwondo you don't do that, but if you do, then they're weak, and if you shake the hand wrong, it was just really neat. So I liked it.
Yeah. We got a little bit of perspective on the inside of Patrick, what he thinks when he shakes your hand, right? Always looky eye.
Just because of Mr. Miyagi.
To me, it doesn't matter how their handshake is. If their hand is sweaty, that's all I'm gonna focus on. That's I don't care how hard you squeeze it. If it's sweaty,
I haven't, yeah. I pretty much go by the grip, and sometimes it pisses me off because when you go in for the shake and they grab you right away too fast and they grab this part of your hand and it's like it's like, what the fuck kind of handshake was that,
Yeah, that's probably because like a Masonic shit has happened.
Yeah, they're probably
to me
testing
before,
your
like,
grip.
But other than that, there's other things like the grab and pull. Like
2 hands.
Yeah, the grab and pull or the 2 hands. There's all kinds of fucking handshakes. It gets kind of weird when you're not expecting it. You're like, oh, the fuck, man. I'm just like, I don't know. Where I was from, it was much simpler. It was just, the grip, but you want to have a firm grip, but not too overpowering for the other guy you're shaking, to be an equal. So it was like a gift. Like,
I want to take, since Algo is here, I want to take a pause and talk about the Mandela effect. One of the biggest things for me when I woke up that I seen at first was one of the first things was the Kennedy assassination. Was totally different. There was a different car. There were different amounts of people in the car. I remember 4 people in the car, and there was 6. There was some kind of bulletproof shield between the driver and the president and stuff. I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? And the car just was just a totally different car. And I only knew the Sabruder film is the only film that I knew. That's what I based all my book reports off of, because supposedly that was the only film that was captured that day. So bring in Algo on this live stream not too long ago. We realized that there was no camera crews along the route of the Kennedy where he was assassinated. They had cameras back then.
Yeah.
Why did they not have cameras? So something is fishy from the very beginning. That whole scene may not have actually happened, or they did a couple different shoots, Hollywood type shoots, in 2 different scenes, that could be the explanation for that Mandela effect. It's just a theory where they use 2 different cars, 2 different sets of people, and then give us one story pretty much all our lives. And now the records were open and released. So all this other information comes out. I don't know. Or it could be the Mandela effect. You know, there's so many things, there's so many questions to the Mandela effect, like Kit Kat missing the dash. What? Why? What is the sense of taking the dash away from Kit Kat? If these Mandela effects are supposed to have some sort of meaning behind each one, maybe, I don't know. But if they did, what kind of meaning would that
Maybe just guessing. Maybe not one timeline, but many. So you take out the one, sideways one.
Yeah,
But I used to eat
right.
them motherfuckers. My grandpa had a gazillion of them, and he had Reese cups too. But I would
They're
eat
very
Kit
good.
Kats, and I was always bite before or after the dash, depending on how much more I wanted to have on the second bite.
Jiffy peanut butter. Anybody want some Jiffy?
Um,
Jiffy.
yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
tell you, with JFK, the
I
fact that
don't.
there was no media coverage, like they didn't have camera crews anywhere around, and they had it at the airport and they had it other places. That's definitely suspect and fishy. The real thing for me was the Zapruder tape wasn't discovered, in quotation marks, until 4 years after he was killed.
Yeah.
Right. And I was in high school in the 80s, so that's when I was doing all my book reports. So I was really big into looking into the Kenny. I watched, or I should say, read. I watched a lot of film. Like if you go back in the day, you could go to the library and they would have like it would look like a TV screen, and it would be a
Microfiche. Microfiche.
yeah, and you could punch up old articles and stuff like that. Well, I used to do all my research like that for my book reports and stuff, and so I looked pretty deep into that, and to see all this new information, and it actually looks like his wife killed him.
New videos.
You know, huh?
New videos that have come out, and I didn't. And forgive me, Sharky, I didn't say hi to you, and Patrick Smurfist fan, I did not say hi to you either.
You ain't never got to say hi to me. I know you.
We just skipped right by. So sorry about that.
I got to take the random apostrophe out of there. It's
Never-
bothering me really bad. I don't know why it's there.
Never feel bad for not saying hi to me. I know you.
Typo.
So.
It's destroying my soul.
Yeah.
Sharky, what were you saying about your dad, the Kit Kat, and you said the second bite, and then
No,
You got
I used
cut
to.
off.
My grandpa, Papa Taylor, used to have. He had a weird refrigerator setup, right? Kind of like you ever see the Lost Boys, and it's like this is don't touch this shelf kind of a thing.
I have seen it, but it's been a very long time.
Yeah, he literally ate sandwich bread, a thing called sandwich bread on bread without anything else. He thought that was the meat and potatoes, so he'd just smear this stuff on bread and eat. But he had like an entire section for a long time. It was Coca-Colas back when they were bottles, and then it went to Dr. Pepper's. But at the bottom where you put the fruits and stuff, he always kept on one side candies, and for a long time it was Kit Kats. For a long time it was not Reese Pieces, but Reese peanut butter
Reese
cups.
Yeah,
Reese cups. And but so I would always, they were always there. There was a gazillion of them, and you like eat all you want, get as high as you want at your grandpa's house. As a kid, it's sugar, and it's like, woo, we're gonna bounce off the wall, make mud pies. All right, let's go, And so, but yeah, I would always like try to bite them before or after the dash, because that meant either I was getting more on the second bite, or I was getting more on the first, or
wow.
less on the first bite. So I would really try to hit my teeth right there on, and I got pretty good at it.
That's
But
the first
anyhow,
time I've
there
ever
was
heard an explanation for that actually
there
sounded
was
like it meant something.
yeah, it was what I did in my own weird way, Not like it was getting that much, but it was how I kind of like
So
my
let's talk to Algo here for a little bit. Algo, what subject would you like to talk about?
Oh no, my friend. I worked all day. I'm just coming in, enjoying the ride.
So how
But the
about we?
The Kit Kat thing is cool though. I mean, kids do that with Oreos, right? They pull them apart and either
the same.
they either wait to eat the frosting last, or they scrape it off and then eat the cookies, or scrape it off and throw the cookies away. And I could see where I'm kind of an OCD eater like that, Sharky, and
Mhm.
I'll save the
Mhm.
thing I like best on my plate for the very last bite. And so I could see
Yeah,
where you would remember the dash only because you're gonna eat a little bit and then you get the bigger bite next. I could totally see that.
Yeah, and see, I would take the Reese cups and I would put them in the freezer,
I pushed the middle
right?
out of
And
the Reese
then
cups.
I would literally nibble off the outside wrinkles,
Yep.
and then nibble off
Yeah, because those suck.
after it was in a freezer, like it's cold, it's frozen, and then I would nibble off the top chocolate, nibble off the bottom chocolate after I went around the sides, and then I would eat the peanut butter.
That's dedication. I didn't do
yeah.
that.
I
I
used
ate
to
the
do that
edge.
when I was younger.
You ate the head.
Yeah, it was good that way. It was, you make a sweet last as long as it can because it's good.
But I'm
You,
definitely I'm definitely like Algo as far as I will save the whatever's on my plate the most flavorful. I will save to the last bite to
I
get
used to
that
do
last
that.
bit of flavor.
Yep.
I'll eat if I have a burnt piece of toast and a really nice buttered piece of toast. I'll eat that burnt piece first and enjoy that other
yeah.
piece.
Did you
But the
ever
nice
like
buttered burnt piece is the best part, Patrick.
Not for me.
Well, no. You ever do sopping like Fred Sanford? Fred Sanford taught me how to sop.
The bacon grease
Well, no, you get your
or
bread.
butter,
It's like you get your whatever's on your
Eggs.
plate with your bread, and you
egg
take the
yolks.
bread and you just kind of sop it into
Uh-huh.
whatever's left on the plate, and
Gravy.
the grease and everything else kind of goes into
Yeah.
the bread, and you just kind of sop it and
Duh.
eat
You go
that
get more bread.
to
Run
literally
out.
clear your plate. That was the last part. You always want to have a piece of bread there at the end to push around the and bring it up into a small spot, and then kind of stop it, and that's how it was called sopping.
Mm-hmm.
But I learned that from Fred Sanford. But my dad taught me never to watch Fred Sanford again, because it was
Because he was
wrong in
whack.
my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, to say the least.
So
Yeah.
I mean, when it's something so
But
good though,
my own dad. Now get this, I go. My own dad over the years, he always told me. At one point, he got to the point he was like, "Listen, son, never hate anybody because if you do, they're going to become a member of your family." And it's true, man. Dad has literally raised other people that are not like he
White.
raised other ones better than he raised us, right? And
you
so
grow up as you get older. You grow up and learn
you grow
things.
up, you get older, and he's a Mason. He learns, and I got
Okay, so
I
Algo,
kind
what
of
were
like
you gonna say?
this is how I feel. Like I pity the fool
Sharky,
when I
we
look at my
got
daddy. I literally I pity the fool because
slow
I'm
the
like,
roll, slow the roll.
No hurry.
You're a chatterbox tonight, there, Shark.
I pity the
Um,
fool.
I was gonna ask, have you ever had something that was so good that you actually licked the plate?
oh yeah, kind
Yeah, I
of,
got slapped for it.
like making cookies in the dough.
Take that
Yeah, the
finger and scoop out
batter.
that dough.
Oh my
One
God, I
thing
would get in
I
so
will
much trouble
definitely
if I did
lick the
that.
plate on is: have you ever had a piece of chocolate cake with peanut butter frosting?
I have not.
Oh my God. This peanut butter frost. Look up how to make peanut butter frosting. Next time you make a cake, it's better on the chocolate cake than it is the white cake. Next time you make a chocolate cake, put that peanut butter frosting on it. Oh my God. Oh my God. I could eat the whole cake and then some.
And our friend's name is Reese, and Reese's peanut butter cups. So
yeah.
I don't know how you guys.
I've been called Grease. I've been called Reese. I've been called.
What's that?
I don't know how you guys could just eat the edges of those though.
Because the edge sucks. You gotta get rid of it.
That takes some patience.
Yeah.
I just throw the whole thing in my mouth.
But then that ruins the
nowadays,
fabulousness of the middle.
When I was a kid and we used to pack our own lunch, and then we'd be outside or on a field trip for school. You know how you treasure your lunch? It's like really special to sit down and eat a bag lunch, and then you have that one candy bar in there, and you're just waiting to get to that candy bar. And then when I eat my candy bar, I like to savor it. So I'll eat it as slow. Every bite I'll have to, sit and suck on for a while to get all the taste, as much taste as I can, and then I'll go in for the next bite.
Man, what happened to that meat that you could buy for like 33 cents? Remember it was in these little packages? It was like enough in one package to make a sandwich. But you wanted to use like 4 fucking things of this literally
They still make
thin.
They still
Do
make
they?
It. Yeah.
That shit was fucking awesome. I love that shit.
It's like
it
was
about like turkey, chicken, ham, whatever, I don't even know what the hell I was eating, but that's what it said it was. But you throw it on there with some tomato and some lettuce and some mayonnaise and some ranch and some shit on some Texas toast and press it down and it's not onion. I didn't know onion back then, but
it's Buddig.
Oh, that really cheap lunch meat stuff?
Yeah, the super thin.
Yeah.
It was really good.
You get like 10 pieces and it's about 2 ounces worth of meat.
But why was it so gritty?
Because it's processed.
Is that the stuff that you could buy in a single package for like $1?
Yeah,
was it
$1.
Carl?
Carl Buddig. Absolutely.
Is that the meat that's $1 package?
Yeah, because it's
I couldn't stand that meat. And if I did have to buy it, I bought the ham so I could put it in a grilled cheese sandwich. Then you don't really taste it too much.
Man, I would take 4, 5, 6 packets of that stuff and make a deli sandwich, and I squish it.
My
down
brother could do that too.
And wrap it up, and everybody at work was like, "What are you eating?" I'm like,
at that point, Sharky, you should have just got Oscar Mayer.
Well, no, but I wasn't buying it. It was what my mother bought, so it was just
I think it's.
I gotta go to work and I gotta make something, so.
The nitrates are gritty.
To figure out something to make up for lunch, And my friend Jason would come up there with these sorry ass sandwiches. He's like, "Man, why do your sandwiches look so much better?" I'm like,
"So you guys ever eat?
You got the good food at your house.
You ever eat them Swiss cake? Them little Swiss cakes? They're about like this, and they're chocolate, and they got a white frosting swirl in the middle.
Ho-hos?
No, not ho-hos.
Swiss cake.
They're
like Swiss rolls?
Yeah, they're like little Debbie. Yeah, they're chocolate about that big, and about that round, and it's chocolate around the outside, and then it's got a roll of chocolate with. So, anyways, what I would do is take it and unroll the whole thing and eat it a little at a time.
I would unroll it and eat the filling, and then eat. I would try to peel the chocolate layer off at the outside, and then eat the cake part.
Yeah. Sometimes the outside will automatically fall off.
Yeah.
The chocolate coating.
I like
Alright,
the
so
banana twin.
are
I gotta
any
go
of
to the
the
bathroom. I'll be right back. Sorry.
any of the single ladies trying to hear what Patty's trying to say? He is a sweet heart. The way to get to Patty is through sweets. The way to get to Reese is through fucking salty, fucking who knows what kind of crazy shit you can make up.
Or beer.
Patty's a sweet tooth. I'm a salty tooth.
Or beer.
And that makes sense because I'm a
or
shark.
beer.
So
Or
Yeah.
beer.
or beer, yeah, or strippers, or gotta love the strippers. God dang, they do their job.
I just never really ate sweet stuff, Patrick, when I was a kid growing up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my sister and my mom and then when the stepbrother and sister moved in, they all loved cookies and cakes and stuff. And all the fruit was left for me, and I just never really ate a lot of desserts. So,
You know what I always liked was
What's that?
peanut butter with syrup mixed in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you just eat it in the
Wow.
bowl, like that's what peanut
Wow.
butter syrup.
That's woo.
That makes my teeth
I'm
hurt.
surprised you don't have diabetes.
Well, I don't eat that much, but I always liked it as a kid. I'd make my own cinnamon toast bread in the morning. You take a toast,
Cinnamon
put
sugar?
some butter on it and some cinnamon, and then eat like 6 of those before I got on the school bus because I was
Wait,
a hungry kid.
Did you do cinnamon sugar?
Cinnamon and butter.
Not cinnamon sugar.
No.
Yeah, I always did cinnamon sugar and butter.
That's what we had.
Butter the
No,
toast and then put cinnamon and sugar. You mix the cinnamon with the sugar.
Yep.
You mix it up. And then sprinkle it over.
Oh,
I
yeah.
used to eat
You got to try
eat
it.
my Cheetos with mustard, and then I would eat my beef vegetable
You
barley
can make
with Coca-Cola mix or
you
Dr.
can
Pepper
make
mix.
regular
Depending on what Papa
toast.
had.
Make regular toast and cake it with a bunch of butter and sprinkle the cinnamon sugar over the top, a nice thick layer, and it'll taste like you're eating a cinnamon roll.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you remember that bread stuff that you toast your bread and you put pizza jam on it with a piece of sliced cheese and you kind of toast that in a toaster oven?
Nope.
And that was called pizza?
Nah, didn't have that.
Never
You
ate
have
that. No.
I could tell you.
Man, I ate the fuck out of that shit.
The only weird thing that I ate when I was younger, and I still like them, is a peanut butter sandwich with dill pickles.
Never had that.
That's some Elvis stuff there.
I think he did peanut butter and banana.
Yeah, peanut butter banana. I like that myself. I'll grab a banana.
Good.
I'll grab a banana and put peanut butter all over it and eat it that way.
Now, why don't people eat like breakfast tortillas with the peanut butter, banana, and bacon?
You're just making shit up now, Sharky.
I am, but why don't they eat that? Doesn't that sound like a good kind of a weird breakfast thing? Got your tortilla there with your, melted peanut butter, bacon, and
BLB. The Kit Kat used to have a big white dash in the middle, in between the Kit and the Cat. Now, if you go look at Kit Kat, it doesn't have the dash.
Yeah, you're just putting foods together. You're just peanut butter, banana, and bacon, no, and a tortilla, no. You're just picking stuff you like and putting it all together.
I think bacon pretty much goes with anything, really. That's kind of like peanut butter. I used to, if I ran out of syrup, I would always put peanut butter on my pancakes.
Yeah, peanut butter on pancakes is good, but I think confabulate and shit. Salted Cedar says. No, I've got a friend.
I'm not confabulating anything.
A friend. I'm just kidding, buddy. A friend from UK.
Oh, I am making stuff.
Who came over here and saw some stuff, and then another friend who was from Australia, kind of an internet friend, and
Mhm.
they're going through the supermarket and they're like, America is sick with peanut butter. And just the amount and how much and all the stuff. And I told him, I said, yeah, it's the cheapest fucking protein we can get. And we eat the shit out of peanut butter.
Peanut butter is
And
light.
there's nothing like Jiffy. I can't eat nothing but Jiffy. I do because I'm poor. I got you know I can't afford the Jiffy right now, but I love Jiffy.
It's got a lot of sugar.
I love
Jiffy?
peanut butter.
Peter Pan, I think, has the most sugar.
I don't think I've ever had that kind.
Peter Pan peanut butter?
It's pretty good. I like Peter Pan. I mean, I don't mind Skippy either, but I don't know. Jiffy just tastes. It's like Coke and Pepsi. I could tell the difference between Coke and Pepsi. You always see them damn commercials where it's like, oh,
I do not like Coke.
I'm a Coke person. I can't
not.
stand Pepsi.
I like Pepsi.
But I
do not
haven't drank soda in years. I mean, I should say once in a great while I'll have a soda, but
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, you're a pepper.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you like
I like
to be
Dr.
a
Pepper.
too?
I like root beer. I grew up around an A&W. You guys ever eat at A&W?
Oh yeah.
Root beer float.
Oh, I love their food. A&W burgers are the best.
Try it now.
Why? Is it bad?
Not so good.
Oh,
It's
really?
sort of like Wendy's.
Yeah, Wendy's used to be the bomb. Not so much.
Yeah,
Oh,
Wendy's
man,
had good food. Yeah, shit. I haven't eaten in a Wendy's in, oh my God, over 10 years.
I think they're mixing something in that meat.
I've only ate, like 2 years ago, I got a McDonald's burger. Dad brought over and ate like half of it and gave the rest to the dog. And then like the year before that, we went to the truck stop and I found this Roach Coach burger, which is that weird kind of a thick burger, but you're not eating anything good, but it was just kind of for nostalgia.
The food's getting really bad when Wisconsin cheese curds are not Wisconsin cheese curds anymore. I don't know what the fuck where they getting these cheese curds from, but they're not the old-fashioned Wisconsin cheese curds.
Man, oh man.
You
only had official Wisconsin cheese one time. Dad brought back, and it was wrapped up in it looked like the state of Wisconsin. It was wrapped up in wax. Yeah, so you peeled it back, and he had brought like 4 of them things, and the fuck, that was the best damn cheese since government cheese, as far as Arkansas goes, I mean, have you ever had government cheese back in the 80s,
like the Velveeta brick?
That shit, well,
Velveeta.
It was, it's
like a giant brick of Velveeta in a white box.
Yeah, that was good cheese.
I
liked it.
My grandma got government cheese.
Yeah,
I got government cheese.
That was like the best thing, Fuck all that other shit. Give me that damn government cheese, That's what I want. But I'm a cheese hound, and I never realized people actually. I think I've never experienced like constipation.
What do you mean by that?
These people talk about constipation here. It's like, I don't have constipation like that. I eat cheese like a motherfucker. Like.
Welcome, minus.
I don't have any problem
those
at all.
aren't real cheese, pure chemicals. Yeah, now it is. I had I stopped eating meat a few years ago because what they feed the animals is no. Yeah, I mean, all the food is not the same. It's all different.
And better watch out. Sonny's been sending me things on puppy, I don't know, like cheeses, not cheeses, but puppy things and stuff. It's got crickets in it. If you look at the ingredients, it's got something.
Yeah,
It turns
I
out
got
to be
cheese
crickets,
one time. I got
cheese.
cheese one time and it wouldn't even melt. Just like Crunchy said.
Plastic cheese. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know
Low fat
what the
stuff.
fuck it was.
I
I bought it
tried
out
that.
of I
I
bought it out
tried
of
it.
like a dollar store,
Yeah.
and
I put
I
my.
was like, this shit won't even fucking melt.
No.
Oh my god, what is in it that it won't melt?
It's got to have the fat in it, or it won't melt anyway.
It wouldn't even pop. Just kind of sits there, like you ain't doing nothing to it.
So can I ask Mikey, because he'll smurf anything, a question?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
How many accents are there in Kentucky for native people? Is it got to be more than just one, right?
There's one general, like, outside the city accent. I mean, I'm not familiar with like the far southeast area.
Okay.
Like that would be, I suppose that would be more tied into the Appalachian
That was my
Smoky
guess.
Mountain stuff, but
Well, this guy came out to the racetrack today, or tonight, to watch the test and tune, which I don't know why, but it's just streetcars. And he came over. He says he's from Kentucky and he didn't want to get kicked out and he wanted to know the rules. And I said, okay. So I was talking to him. He was a very nice man.
I like that.
Late 50s. Yeah, he was like, I just want to know what's going on. And so I explained everything, and I'm listening to him, and he didn't sound anything like our other Kentucky.
No.
No, it was closer
Did he have?
to.
Go ahead.
It was closer to Mississippi.
So I was gonna ask you, did he have like almost a longer drawl, like a
long and slow.
almost
Yeah.
Cajun?
Not Cajun, but it was
Well,
long and slow.
There's a lot of words in the Kentucky dialect that are actually French, but they're not said anything like a person speaking French would say them.
Right.
And yeah.
And we didn't have a long enough conversation for me to get those, but you know how if we talk to Kentucky, it's like, I mean, I don't know if I could do it, but everything's, fucking this, and it maybe because we're friends, but, and he was being real polite, but it wasn't the same accent. It was.
His accent is it's about 90% of what's here, just outside the metro area. It does get a little, he doesn't say the French words. Now that I think about it,
right? You're talking about Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony.
Yeah.
It sounds the same. The accent is the same, but there's words he doesn't use.
Yeah,
like
this guy was not. It seemed like he was from a whole nother place.
I mean, I can try. I have to have some context.
I lost track of him, and I couldn't ask him where he was from, and ran out of time where in Kentucky he was from. But
they say a lot of weird words here, like onus.
Onus?
What do you think onus means?
What, onus?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know what it means in English, but I'm not sure what it means in Kentuckian.
Onus?
Yeah, so if you put the onus on somebody,
that's like that's
it's
like
their responsibility.
Your uncle.
No, it means the only one.
Only you.
That's my onus.
How do you use that in a sentence?
That's the onus one I got.
That's the onus one I got?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was like uncle or some shit. Like.
No. Well, not here.
It means to put responsibility on a person.
Here it means, some people would say onlyest, but onus is the more backwoods version. Then you have.
No, like my onus, Jerry.
That's your only Jerry.
Yeah, but it's my uncle.
Gotcha. I was just curious.
There's some strange twang going on here. It's like
I like how they say pack and poke and gnar.
Gnar?
Yeah.
That's real gnar.
Does that mean near?
No, it means narrow.
I'm going to poke you.
Narrow?
Neither air or gnar. Air or gnar. Neither air or gnar.
You cut that a little more gnar.
The road's real gnar.
Yeah, the road's
got it.
real
But see
gnarly. Yeah.
that now that I'm thinking about it, that is getting into the Appalachian.
And you sounded more like him than
That's the
Kentucky
Alabama.
does. Yeah, it was close to Alabama.
Yeah.
Accent.
Yeah. I guess so.
He
I
was
can
a
do
nice
the Alabama
guy.
really good because I've spent some time there. A lot of people in my family that live in Arkansas are from Alabama, so they have this really interesting way of doing this. The only way I can explain it is like the back of your tongue making like a hollow pocket under it, like, and then you make this clicky sound. There's always this like rapid tilt of their head and this click sound that it's not a word, but it puts the point forward. It means Nami,
Right.
I've missed that accent. I haven't really heard that too much. A long time.
Well, when you said that about the road being narrow, you sounded closer to the guy. But he made his wife drive the truck while he stood outside the truck and smoked, which was not bad. I mean, he didn't want his truck smoke. He got out of the truck, started smoking, and then I told him where to get in line, and so she's like telling her and sign like get in line, and it was just an interesting thing.
Hmm.
He was not dressed for our temperatures today,
No?
and I did tell him to drink lots of water.
Was it hot there?
Yeah, it was high. It was high 80s, and he had a long sleeve flannel shirt with an undershirt.
Oh, that's
shirt underneath it.
Is he old?
Yeah, and jeans.
Yeah, that's fine. He's gonna wear that. Doesn't matter what the weather is.
Y'all want to hear a?
I mean, I just kidding. I've been just sitting there. I'm sweating looking at him. I'm like, dude, how can you have so many clothes on?
That's just how it works.
Yep. Y'all want to hear a life story?
Sure.
Probably not. Believe me, you probably don't.
Well, you want to bring it up, so go.
Is it weighing on you?
Well, it popped back into my head because I've had a weird life. But like, I had a friend in the service that was from Kentucky, right? Kevin Clark. He's died before, and then he's been back, and then I've talked to his ex when he was dead, but then he's been back. He's a really good friend of mine. So it's different for me to shift through these timelines of when he's here and when he's not. And that doesn't mean that I get to talk to him all the time because it makes it even worse trying to contact this guy, But yeah, so we was in the service, and he's from Kentucky, and we went on a 48-hour thing, right? And we were down there, and I met his sister, and this is a guy that lived out of his car, before he joined the Marine Corps. He never had a dad. My dad called him his own son. He's a very unique looking guy. He actually looked like Axl Rose when Axl Rose was young. It's odd, I have a lot of really good memories with this guy, right? And then so we went down, and he was like, "Yeah, this is my half sister." We went down and kind of stayed with her, and she wasn't like, she had like 6 fucking kids by like 6 different daddies and stuff, and so she wasn't like. But as the beer went on and all that shit, she got to kind of looking a bit better, and I was kind of like in my why don't you just get laid kind of phase, and so
kid number
next
7.
thing you know, she went up to kind of give me a massage, and I'm like, oh shit, that kind of feels pretty good because I was still back in my muscular stage, and I'm like, shit, all right, I turn around, let me give you one, So anyhow, by the time the night's in, like everybody's kind of going to bed, and I'm like, where the hell am I going to sleep, And I'm like, shit, why not? I'll go in there with you, So we went in there, and we were having fun and playing around. And now what you got to realize is the house is really close to another house because I'm not used to that in Arkansas, but the house is really, really close on the side to another house. And so I'm in there, and we are like going at it like cats and dogs and shit. And all of a sudden, you hear these loud noises, and both me and her thought I was literally fucking the shit out of this girl till shit was falling off the wall. But it wasn't that. There was people next door knocking shit off the damn wall because house was so close and they were gonna fight.
There you go. I think
you think you're bawling your brains out, but you're really not. You know, it's just a funny situation.
I need to start putting X-rated on my videos, I guess.
18 plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a funny thing when, you know, she was like 8 years older than me and I was like 22 or 21 or something. So it's just a funny little thing that, you know, is funny, you know.
Did she wind up with 7 kids?
No, no, as far as I know, she didn't have any more. I didn't give her one.
Oh.
You ass.
But, you know, when I was in college, the doctor told me that I had this like thing in my sack that was too big, like this pound of veins and stuff in my sack. And I'm like, what do I do with that, doc? And he's like, well, it looks like, you know, you're going to have an operation if you're going to have kids. And I'm like, thinking, like,
just leave it there.
I'm like 19. I'm like, is that good or bad? So, you know, we're still back in the days where, you know, they're like, oh, put a rubber on it or put, you know, stick your dick in some cellophane paint and shit like that, some latex. And I'm like,
I'm practicing my spit out the water.
I'm not, you know, I'm just like going to go through life and
Did you get the effect where the water sprayed out?
Well, no, I didn't because my dick didn't do that. Evidently, you know.
What? I'm not even talking about what. I'm not even talking about that at all.
That was perfect. Thank you for that.
Oh my god,
that was very clever.
You asked for it, fucker.
You kind of did.
I didn't ask for that.
Kind of set yourself up for it.
You kind of did.
Billy Cellophane, or what was that guy's name? Billy Ball, Cellophane. Remember that comedian, Billy? Billy Ball.
No.
Who was that shit?
Just got to wrap that.
Remember that? Yeah.
Put a helmet on that soldier. It's going into battle.
Yeah. Dipping in that paint bucket. Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut the sex talk down to bring it a little bit more down to PG a little bit.
Well,
Sharky.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna ask you. No, I'm just kidding. I was teasing.
I'm truthful. I'll tell you some fucking shit. It's like my life is truly unbelievable. It's like the rest of y'all's. It's like nobody wants to say anything. It's like I'll tell you about my fucking life. My life is fucking odd. You know?
There's no time to be a prude.
No, true. Yeah, I just for me, some things are just private, and so some things are not. But
you know, that's got me slapped by more women.
Well, some things you got to realize that we don't know who watches the stream. And true. If somebody's watching the stream and they got their kids in the same room, you don't want the kids to hear that kind of stuff, you know?
They probably never watched one of your streams before then.
Yeah, they've never been on one of your streams, Patrick.
Yeah, when Sharky's on it.
Know better.
Yeah. If Sharky's on, get the kids out of the room. That's your warning. If Sharky comes on ever again, get the kids out of the room.
Is Sharky getting on your nerves today, Patrick?
No. Why does it seem like it?
It does a little bit.
It's like, honey, I'm sorry.
I'm not getting that. No, Patty's right. You know,
honey, I didn't realize Sharky was on. I'm sorry.
I forget.
We can get her some therapy. Our daughter will be fine. Next time I see Sharky in there, I won't let her be there.
You said something earlier, though, Algo. I hate calling you that. Batman. About movies. I think when you first came in about movies in the 80s or 90s.
Mr. Miyagi, yeah.
They really, I thought you were going to go into a different point. They really were so much more intense.
Yeah.
But they were cheesy at the same time. So it's sort of making that intensity cute. But like just fucking bloodbath, you know? And for stuff rated PG-13,
Sweep the
And-
leg. Sweep the leg. Oh yeah, totally.
Break
totally
the wrist and
brutal.
walk away. I
Put
mean,
him in a body bag.
No, you're
man.
right. I think the violence level was they did.
but it
they
was
did-
made into there was a mockery.
Yes, they made it
So-
palatable.
Yeah, well, that palatable, which created this that desensitized,
Absolutely, yeah.
brain, and
Did you ever see Commando?
Oh God.
I don't think.
Yeah, he
Schwarzenegger?
picks up that big log and he's walking around and he's got his little gal
So
there.
there's
that
a
was-
scene in there. He's chasing this guy who's a bad guy, and he's holding him over a cliff by the ankle, and he says, "Remember, Sally, when I said I would kill you last?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, you said
Wow.
you'd kill me last." He's like, "I lied," and he lets him go. And it totally desensitized us. Yeah.
But I shouldn't be laughing at that. That's messed up. But that made me
Brutal.
laugh.
Yes, it's funny.
It's
It is
funny
funny.
as shit.
And
Yeah,
they
it's
used-
irony.
They totally softened us up in the 80s and 90s with that kind
What's
of
the matter, Patrick? What's the matter?
I'm gonna have to get going pretty soon. We're coming up on 2 hours
Gotcha.
because I'm down to like after this probably about 4 hours and
We keep trying to tell you to
40
make
minutes.
a new account.
When's your month end up? What days?
I don't.
Patty, put your GoFundMe or something up there,
And get another.
Well,
I
was
don't
gonna
know.
say, what's
I don't.
your-
I don't have a GoFundMe.
or whatever the hell it is.
What
You know,
What
I
did you
can't
say,
keep
Algo?
Use another email and get another StreamYard account.
But won't the phone recognize? Won't they
No.
recognize it coming from this phone?
No. You can even log in with the same YouTube accounts and it still does not
Yeah.
give a shit.
Just get another StreamYard. Just get another email and get another StreamYard account.
Okay. Yeah,
Patty,
I'll figure it out.
Send me your damn address again in case I don't have it right when I know I've got it.
No, don't worry about it.
No, I do worry about it.
It's in the chat, Sharky.
Well, anyhow, yeah, not here, but just whatever, however the hell I talk to you. What is it, email or some shit, phone or some crap? Just,
Yeah, Ken Rotman got 3 StreamYard accounts. Patrick, so you
That's
can
what I did, Algo. I got 3 StreamYard accounts. But I don't get how you can do that using your. What do you have? 3 different YouTube accounts too, or what?
No, just
Mm-mm.
no. They don't care. Yeah, they don't care. You just do it, and you go to StreamYard, and you hook up your thing, and you got a new one.
In the free
So-
version, no matter how many times you use it, no matter like how many accounts you use it on, it's still not the full version.
Right. Which
You're
is why
still
they don't
not
care.
gaining the full version,
Right. You just get another 20 hours, right?
Yep.
of a limited version. Yeah.
Fuck. I'm trying to cook supper at the same time.
But
Well, if you got to run, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna get going pretty soon in about 6 minutes.
There you go.
Okay, all right, shut up.
what you gonna eat?
Ramen noodles,
Chicken
Oh
or
man,
beef?
those I do. Yeah.
chicken ramen noodles.
Chicken's
What the
the
hell
best.
happened to Oriental? Remember Oriental? I can't find Oriental.
Yeah, I don't know.
They call it Asian now.
what? No, they don't.
Oh.
Well, no, you can't call Oriental people Oriental. You're supposed to call them Asian.
People aren't
Ooh,
Oriental.
woo.
Things from
I
the
almost
Orient
poured it
are
out.
Oriental. That doesn't apply to people.
They used to.
I
Sharky
know
shows
that-
his food. I show my food too.
That damn shit used to be good. Like, yeah. All right, now, have you got some eggs,
At least it doesn't have any sodium.
some
in it.
tomatoes, a can of tomatoes, a couple of eggs? Have you got some little sausage links? Have you got some vegetables?
No, I ain't got none of that shit.
Have you got some mushrooms? Have you got some?
That's one thing peanut butter would not be good in, Patrick.
That's
have
what
you
I got.
some
Buns.
Alfredo sauce. Have you got some?
I got ketchup.
Yeah, throw that in there. Have you
No
guys?
ketchup. No.
I'm not throwing ketchup in.
I'm fucking with Patty. Patty is like Reese throws everything in everything.
He's from the north. He's from the north, Sharky. We don't cook that way.
Yeah,
Yankees,
yeah. All
Yeah.
right,
Yankees
all right,
don't
all
cook
right,
that
all
way.
right, all right. You know, Northerners cook with ice cubes. So,
Speak for yourself. Here's my
yeah. What is
noodles.
that? What is that? Spicy Sudoku. So you're gonna like make like? Is that a play game?
Oh.
Sudoku.
Bulldog.
Bulldog.
Sudoku.
Are they
My
good?
wife used to play Sudoku.
Are
It'll
they
whoop
hot?
your ass.
They're hot.
Yeah, it's hot.
Nice.
It's pretty hot.
It's like crazy Chinese hot. I mean, that Mexican food's not even close to.
People
What is
usually
that
call it
that-
nuclear hot.
Yeah.
What is it that you're eating?
This is my favorite ramen.
I've never in my life saw ramen like that.
I like the spicy kind, but they didn't have the spicy kind when I bought this chicken. I like the chili. You ever have the chili one?
What?
Chili is nice and
Where the
spicy.
hell have I been? I'm just talking about
like the
Oriental,
shrimp
and I
one.
can't find out where the hell where it was like beef, shrimp. Remember the shrimp? Shrimp was
Throwing
horrible.
ketchup in there, man.
If you're talking about like the Maruchan one, I like the creamy chicken or the.
All right, now, okay. I will tell you one secret
With
of ramen noodles that nobody probably does anywhere else but me. You drain
Right.
the water out, then you add the fucking the powder.
That's what
in
I
there,
just did.
Then you add a little bit of mayonnaise in there. And stir
Mayonnaise.
that shit up.
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
god!
you know.
Not adding mayonnaise.
Dude, mayonnaise. No.
Then you add a package of Kipper snacks.
I will add
Kipper
butter.
snacks. You know, remember the Kipper snacks they give you, Patty, to take on your way? You add a
Oh,
package
shit.
of those in there. Kipper herring in with a thing of chicken ramen noodles that's drained with the chicken flavor and some mayonnaise. And it is the mayonnaise turns into kind of a cheesy flavor. And so you don't have to have cheese, right? Because I'm a cheese hound. But then the fish gives it the protein, and you eat that shit, and you know you're gonna be high on life for about feeling good for about 4 hours because you got everything you need.
Do they make
Right
brine
there.
shrimp? Brine shrimp ramen?
All I got is
Fine.
beer.
Well that's good.
No, brine
That's all I
shrimp or
got
sea
here.
monkeys. Brine shrimp.
I got barbecue sauce.
Did anyone ever eat sea monkeys?
No, that's brine shrimp.
That's brine
Oh.
shrimp.
But
That's
yeah,
what I
but
wondered
did
if they had
anyone
brine
ever eat,
shrimp
eat their sea monkeys?
Oh, I'm sure people
Right.
did. I'm sure they did.
Right.
My allergies are wrecking me right now.
How do
Okay,
you eat sea
so-
monkeys?
I kept waiting for the girl one who had the boobs in the tail.
I know.
Nice.
The little kid. And then we
Yeah.
pour them in the water, and these little squiggles that swim around.
So, who wants to say goodbye first?
Goodbye
Bye.
tonight. Yeah, it's time to
Bless
go. Do.
Thank you, Minus. Thank you, BLB. Oh, Smurfer already took off. Thanks, Smurfer, for coming on.
Hey, Patty, send me your address again, man. For real.
Nah, Sharky, that's fine. That's fine.
Well,
No, I
I'm
appreciate
gonna
you.
dig it up if you don't.
He moved, Sharky. He's not telling you this. Thing. He's in witness relocation.
Yeah.
You can't tell anybody his address.
Ken Rotman. I'm surprised Joe Dirt didn't show up tonight. I hope you're all right, man. And Jeff Ray, Crunchy Rap, and Minus Algo. Thanks for coming on again. I appreciate ya.
Oh, of course.
Sharky, I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
I think we had a pretty good talk tonight. We didn't. I don't think we didn't bring up any subjects that they don't want us to talk about. Like
YouTube
it's okay to
X-rated
talk.
stuff, so.
No, it's okay to talk X-rated. I'm talking about political or religion.
Yeah. No,
Or some, or the big C, or or the jab, or the giggles.
So real
Anything
quick,
like that.
Before I go, Sharky, I got to ask you one question. Sharky,
Yeah, I'm here.
was your buddy pissed off that you banged his stepsister?
Oh no, he was totally happy. That's the weird thing about Marines. He was
Okay.
like, literally, like, thank God, she needed some loving, and
You helped her out.
and I was like, yeah, man, but like, we was knocking stuff off the walls. He's like, oh no, I heard that too. That wasn't y'all. That was the neighbors next door, like having a fight. And I'm like, oh, well, I thought I was doing something really good there, It's like, but she didn't realize that, so it was kind of an inside joke, kind of.
Yeah, night salted cedar.
Yeah,
All right, Patrick.
But-
Thank you, buddy.
all right, love y'all.
Good
Yeah,
to see you,
thanks.
Sharky. Take care.
Love y'all.
See you
Thanks.
guys later.
Thanks, Murpher, for coming on. See you, Algo. See you, Sharky. I'll probably
See you,
talk
brother.
to you later on, Sharky.
Sounds good.
Have a good
Always
night.
here. Always here. Always here.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you. See you guys.